All right, everybody. Not sure if you can hear me over the stadium. Crowd's thinning out. Do a quick take. It's the last play of the game. Any questions you guys have, I'll try and answer. Quick take from my perspective, and we'll do a more deep dive on this. I'm turning up here so I can read your questions. The quick take was a lot of positive, more positive on the last play of the game with a sack. As a Bucs fan, it's always good to see these kind of things. Jameis Winston came out and played well. I don't have the stat sheet in front of me. If you're going to want to watch a very solid Periscope, watch Greg Allman. I'm sure he'll do one from the press box. He has the stats in front of him. The only big downside I saw tonight was obviously the penalties, which you guys saw. I think everyone who needed to play well tonight showed up big time. The nice thing about showing up big time like that is it allows us to build on that on Saturday night's game. The only guy that I'm starting to get a little concerned about is Mike Evans. I know that they say he tweaked his hamstring. He had not looked particularly good in the few training sessions that I had been to. I'm going to check with some of my guys who've been there longer and see if they saw some things better. Obviously, there's always a concern of a sophomore slump.
Please put your hood up and notify security.
But I've not been impressed with Mike Evans thus far. I agree. I think the D-line looked excellent tonight. I think Lovey's play calling looked excellent on the defensive side of the ball. I also think Dirk Cutter's offensive play calling was phenomenal. Execution was great on the first drive and then kind of petered out pretty aggressively. And the sloppiness with the penalties was absolutely atrocious. We had another Gilkey sighting, which hopefully will be our last of him at center. We have nothing on our return game. Neither Bell or Clay showed us anything, but our special teams in general were not particularly special tonight. Yep, our comment in the chat room, Doug Martin is back, absolutely correct. I agree about the Evans short arming. I made the comment in training camp. I saw that a little bit, and I just want to know what's going on. So I'm going to talk to Mark Cook and those guys. We've got a show Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. We'll go to deep dive on Mike Evans as an issue. It's early to call it an issue, but he does not look like the dominant receiver he was last season, and we need him to be that. Vincent looks good. We got some other guys showing up pretty well, which is nice. Humphrey's got some good burn. I know my man over at Bucs Brief loves Humphreys. He got some good burn tonight. Our tight ends look pretty decent tonight. We know that they can't block, but they certainly can catch. Who cares talking about Jameis? Jameis played well. He did what he's supposed to do, worried about his ankle. We'll see how that turns out. He was walking around on the sideline, didn't look particularly labored. They had not taken his shoe off and iced it, which is probably a good sign. He wears speed cleats, so there wasn't a lot of ankle support there other than what he had taped up underneath it. But I'll tell you this, man. The accuracy and the decision-making was outstanding. The offensive line was intermittently outstanding as well. We showed some chip blocks. In general, as a Bucs fan, I'm pretty happy with this. Hopefully you guys are too. I'm looking forward to seeing Greg Allman's Periscope after this. I'll throw this up on YouTube later. Crowds are still cheering down there in the corner, which is nice. Question about whether Jameis will get the full half next week. I would say yes, assuming he's healthy. I think you guys still get him out there to get the burn. He needs to continue to improve. He's still sloppy a bit. He's turning the wrong direction sometimes. And I think some of it's just jitters, but I'd like to get him get the burn. I think that in general, you can't protect a guy like that. You got to get him out there playing. He is the guy that's going to play the game. Mike Glennon did a great job when he was in there, but he's Mike Glennon. That clock in his head is too damn long, and so he takes too many hits and gives up some sacks. But when he has time to set, he throws a pretty ball. All right, guys, I'll throw this up on YouTube. It's getting loud as hell here. We're going to get out of here before they throw us out, because they throw us out even in club. We're going to see if they know how to do a press conference this week. And I'll see you guys Wednesday night on whatthebuck.net for our live show. Thanks for tuning in.